Good afternoon, happy Memorial Day, and welcome back to the Crescent Shores in Leverington for this layout and channel update. First, I want to start off by talking about the channel. I'm going to try to produce more content for you guys, going for about one video a week or 4 videos a month. That's going to be one layout update, probably one modeling technique video like my retaining wall video, one maybe product review video, and the last video will be either running shots, the running session on my own layout, or once we can get out and start traveling again, which I do a lot of for work, I'll try to bring you guys real-world rail fanning videos also. So let me know what you think about that and what you guys want to see. Obviously, I make this content for everybody that watches, so let me know down in the comments if you think that's a good idea. Now let's head on over to the layout and find out what I've been up to. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to highlight is actually not on the layout at all. It's under the layout. I spent a big piece of yesterday going through everything I keep down here, from my power tools, hand tools, modeling supplies, railroad crap, whatever you want to call it, but reorganized all that, put stuff in, I think, more appropriate places. Like now I have all of my scenery flocks and spray paints and other stuff in a drawer down here, which makes a lot more sense than just sort of sprinkling them on ledges. I now have dedicated, drawers in that thing for my different tools and glues. And I've reorganized the gray cabinet, which has a bunch of stuff, including all of my soldering supplies in there, so I'm pretty happy about that. Let's head on over to the workbench. My next big project coming up here is going to be, let's get that in focus, this DPM Bruce's Bakery. For those of you that watched my mail call video, you'll recognize that. I've started trimming the sprue edges off of it, and hopefully I can get outside later today and maybe get that sprayed up so I can start picking out the detail. Hopefully I'll have that on my layout in the next 2 weeks. Speaking of new buildings on the layout, if I move this building out of the way here, I have built and completed this building. This is a British, actually, a Kestrel models kit for little townhouses. I don't love it, to be completely honest. I picked it up for cheap on eBay. I think I paid like $8 for it. It had these big, tall, round, British-looking smokestacks that don't particularly look like anything in this part of the United States. Also, the kit was surprisingly difficult to put together for just not having that many pieces. Something didn't go together completely flush down here, and because of that, there's a gap in the roof there that I'm going to need to fill with some sort of gap filler. It's also not glazed, so I'm going to need to get some kind of glazing and just fix that long term. But for now, it just kind of sits down here past the end of the shop, so it'll either be there. I like it because it's actually shorter than these deep, it's, what's the word I'm looking for? It's shallower than the DPM row house kits, so it's more appropriate to that spot where it's sandwiched up against the spur here. So it'll probably stay there. I am very close to finishing out this scene with the station here. I just need to do a few more little things and get some fascia on the edge here. And I've started to install sidewalks in a little more earnest, so hopefully this town will start to come together. I've still got to buy a few more commercial buildings, and I need to figure out what is going on down there. Speaking of which, see, GP7 number 609 is on this layout for the first time. So this locomotive is back on the layout. I'm still having some issues with it. I installed a CNGP decoder, and the frame cutouts that it's supposed to clip into, I think are a little too big, so I think I'm going to have to pull it apart again and just solder those pads straight to the frame, but because it does a lot of that. And that's, if somebody else has an idea of what they think might be wrong, go ahead and leave it down in the comment, because I'm all ears at this point, but the decoder does actually work. Just not all that well. And while we're on the subject of decoders, I also bought a new decoder for $36.73. It's a Digitrax unit that'll replace the XL Systems decoder that turned out to not be the best deal in the world. So It's running great so far. I'm pretty happy with it. It was supposed to be out here on the layout with GP39-2 number, I think that's 3604. It's 3402. But unfortunately, the decoder for that locomotive, I splurged and bought a nice Loc Pilot, was either lost by the Postal Service or stolen at some point. So that was very disappointing. So now I'm just sort of looking, and hopefully in the next month or so I can track down another decoder for that locomotive. I've also continued to work on this area over here, doing a little bit more detail work with the foliage on the hill. Got this painted. I still don't know totally what's going to go up here. I've actually been thinking about using a spare platform I have from the main station kit to sort of approximate the Pennsylvania Railroad's Manioc station. For those that aren't aware, both railroads had parallel right-of-ways. I believe it was the Pennsylvania Railroad Schuylkill Division and the Reading Railroad main line. And they crossed over each other right near Manioc, so a station here connected to Phantom Track would actually be appropriate. Not sure if I'm going to do that or add some more residential. I have also, you can see in the back there, made and installed some buffer stops at the end of the siding, some track bumpers. So those are Osborne Models kits from Sparky 107's Homeland in Canada. So they're great little kits. They're the bumpers that I used before over here. So I just bought another pack of 4 and painted them up, put them on the layout. They work great. Okay, I think that's about all I've got. If you like what you see here today, don't forget to like and hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching, everybody. Have a great day. Bye.